talk about pontoon boats.
Community Corner, featuring
And welcome to another edition of Community Corner with Big Jim.
Hope you have fun. Gonna learn about the news today.
Got my soda, my little paper, and we're rolling. Welcome to another edition of Community Corner with Big Jim, and we're back with these two lovely ladies to talk about the film festival, which is going to be happening at the Trimble High School, and it's going to be, the first one is Saturday, June 3rd, and it's on 30 days of minimum wage. This was also done at OU, which you've probably seen an earlier show on. So let's get a little info on the balloting issue and how it went at OU. And I'll let my guests remind them your name and let them know how the OU Film Festival went.
My name is Christy Truly, and I work at the Appalachian Peace and Justice Network. We just finished our last film last night, so we've had a month of social justice films, and we're bringing the festival, it's a mini festival, just one day, 2 films on one day on June 3rd here at the high school. We decided to bring the 30 Days Living on Minimum Wage movie. It's just an hour long. That had a really good discussion the night that we showed that up at the campus, as well as the ballots, the ballot initiative, the petitions to put raising the minimum wage on the ballot in November for voting.
How many signatures did you receive so far?
Well, as a total, there have been 125,000 signatures that have been gathered statewide. 360,000 signatures are needed to get the initiative on the ballot, and we have until August the 1st.
So how many more do you need right offhand?
Let's see, 220,000 more. But that's statewide, of course, so.
Right. And there's other film festivals going on otherwise besides Athens County, I take it.
Well, I think people are doing all kinds of things. You know, some people are standing on street corners.
Hey, come here a minute. Come here. Come over here. No, I want to ask you a couple questions. What? You can't? Okay. Are you going to be here for the film festival? No? Make sure you do, okay? All right. We got a proud staff of Trimble High School here. I hope we got her walking behind. She's so good with the kids. All right, sorry to interrupt. Go right ahead.
Well, I think they're on their way to the cookout, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm going there afterwards.
But some people are doing films to get the interest up. Other people are, getting signature drives on, at the courthouses of their counties. I know a lot of people have been going to restaurants and taverns and getting signatures for this. It's important. I think everybody realizes that minimum wage needs to be raised to give people all over Ohio a better quality of life. So I think that's really important.
Okay, the 30 days of minimum wage. I'm going to read to you what it says on my little thing here. This is a documentary about living just above minimum wage in Columbus, Ohio. This film portrays the obstacles of securing housing and health care, as well as the challenge of daily life. And like she said, it's 65 minutes long. I think it'd be very interesting to watch. They're going to have ballots here for you to sign, just like they did over at OU. And it's imperative that we get that 200,000 plus ballots, names filled out for the ballots. The other movie, which is a fantastic movie, it's even been on TV, probably I think Lifetime did it or something, John Q, and it's Denzel Washington. I believe that's Oprah's favorite actor. She's in love with him, Yeah. It used to be Tom Cruise, but now I think it's Denzel. But anyways, he's a father fighting with insurance and health care. and providers to save his son's life. He needs some kind of a transplant, whether it be, I think, a kidney or, do you remember what it was?
It's a heart.
It's the heart, a heart transplant. And the film highlights the problems with the current healthcare system. It's a powerful movie. I'm not going to give away, if you haven't seen it, any of the highlights, because I think it's a movie that everybody would enjoy, even if it wasn't for this kind of a purpose to show it. But because of the minimum wage and the healthcare system that we're dealing with in Ohio, this is going to be some informative news for you guys to grab. So why don't you talk a little bit about how the OU thing went? What was your turnout? And what was kind of like who was the main crowd that showed up? Were they senior citizens? Were they students? Fill us in a little bit on how the OU thing went. And Penny, yes, you can join in anytime you want. Her real name's Jenny. No, it's Penny.
Well, and I wanted to tell you that in addition to the movies on Saturday, June 3rd, we're also going to have speakers. There'll be a speaker about the minimum wage issue, and we'll have somebody from the Single Payer Action Network of Ohio will come to talk about the health care issue.
Will Penny be talking?
I think Penny will be talking.
Why don't you let her have the mic real quick and hey, I run the show here. Let us know what you'll be talking about. Come on now.
I'm not exactly sure yet what I'll be talking about, but I'm going to attempt to talk on something, I'm sure.
Well, Penny actually is going to be talking about the minimum wage issue, and because I think she's being too modest.
Will there be a script?
No, there won't be a script.
Oh, Penny, I'm going to have to show up to watch this for sure.
No, we went to a workshop on speaking to groups about the issue. Penny did a great job.
Well, the president, or the principal here at Trimble High School, gave high regards to her as a student here. So, it's something to be proud of. Yeah.
Well, and with our film festival at OU, we had a wide range of people. We had, I guess, everybody from sophomores in college to senior citizens, World War II veterans, I believe. And everybody in between. There was a lot of students. There were a lot of people from the community who came.
How big of a turnout was it?
Probably about 20 people on some nights. And a couple of the other nights there were fewer. There were maybe 10 or 15. But it's possible, too, other years we've had much larger crowds, but we didn't realize it, but we were up against 2 or 3 big programs that were in other buildings on campus. We were told later that there was the poetry festival the first night brought a lot of people away from our movie, and people are asking us to show some of the movies again because they couldn't see them the first time.
Well, so this could be something where you could do it at OU again then. And do you plan on doing that?
I think we will. We're going to try to do a couple of just, not a festival exactly. We're going to try to show a couple of movies over the summer, especially ones that people are asking to see because they missed it the first time. And that's why we also want to bring it out here to Gloucester, because people might not have been able to get into town. So we wanted to bring some of them. The 30 Days on Minimum Wage, the man who did that show is the guy who did the Super Size Me documentary that was nominated for the Academy Award. And while it's a very serious subject, he does give a lot of humor in that hour. So because I think he can't be serious all the time. So
right. If you got the Broke Note Mountain Boys that were from American Idol. Did you hear about that? They had them on last night, too, singing. They sounded really, really good. If you could get the Broken Note Cowboys there, I bet you'd get a crowd.
I bet we could.
Now,
do you know who won American Idol?
Yeah, it was my man, Taylor Hicks. Yeah. When he walked into the room with the harmonica, before he went to Hollywood, he walked in with a strut, playing his harmonica. I looked at my wife and said, "There's your next American Idol." So I picked it all the way from the beginning. Yeah, I'm proud of myself for that. I would never be on that show because
He's wanting to try out for it.
for next year.
Yeah, him and my cousin are going to go try out for it. They're going to try to find the city, and we're going to camp out and try out for it.
Well, you know, some of the American Idols are going to be touring, and I heard they're going to be in Ohio.
Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus. So get your fingers going on the phone and find out if you can get one of them to come down and be a supporter of your cause here.
Great idea. We get someone who maybe was working a minimum wage job before they got discovered and knows what it's like and the challenges it involves.
Somebody with more of a celebrity status than myself.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not a celebrity. I've kind of mentioned that out, even though I've been told that I'm a celebrity as of lately. There's an article in the Athens News that came out today on Thursday. They mentioned a sentence about you guys at the film festivals, which I'm happy they did. But I'm here to promote this because I'm a firm believer in raising the minimum wage, and I'm also a firm believer in healthcare issues. I try not to get into politics too much, but to me, this is a different kind of politic.
Well, this spans all sides, I think. I think everybody realizes that the quality of life for people, whether it's how much they're making per hour or what their health care needs are, that spans all sides, you know, red,
All
blue,
ages.
all sides, all political beliefs. People need to be healthy, and they need to be able to support themselves.
That's right. You know, and I do know a lot of people, too many, that go without the medication they need because they can't afford it. And I'm talking about some of this medication is like $70, $80 for 6 pills. And if they're on Social Security or whatever, they got a family to feed or just themselves to keep their house going, they go without that medication. And you can't tell me that doesn't hurt their life in some way or another. If you need medication, you're not going to be up to your normal self without it. So.
Well, and if you are a person who's working where your employer doesn't provide health care and you can't afford a private health insurance plan because your salary might not be large enough, you may avoid going to the doctor for what appears to be a small problem. The problem gets much worse, and you wind up being so much sicker than you would have been if you cut it off at the pass.
So if you would have gone to the doctor and said, hey, I'm not feeling well, they might have cured that one way or another, and then by prolonging it, next thing you know, it's a bigger issue, and it might cost maybe going to the hospital now because you didn't take care of that.
So that's what the second ballot initiative that we will have here for people to sign is the Ohio Healthcare for All Ohioans Act. And so if you're interested in putting a initiative up on the ballot that the residents of Ohio, the voters of Ohio, could vote on whether or not we want the legislature to have a plan to cover all Ohioans, I think, and so that's the second initiative, though, and both of those petitions will be available to sign. And we know that since Gloucester draws from several counties, we're going to have petitions so that if you're a registered voter in a county other than Athens, we will have petitions for the neighboring counties at least.
Fantastic.
Because people might be coming from Morgan County, they might be coming from Hocking County, and so we'll have those here.
Right. It's called the Social Justice Film Festival. Can you tell me kind of how you came up with that name?
Well, we were thinking about Glouster Fest,
Glouster Fest.
but we weren't sure that was descriptive enough about the kinds of films and the issues that we wanted to draw attention to. So we went with Social Justice Film Festival because both, as you said, both the minimum wage issue and the health care issue, it is a matter of justice because it should not matter where you are on the economic ladder. You should have health care. And if we raise the minimum wage for people who are working on minimum wage, if we raise the amount per hour that people working on minimum wage receive, then that also brings up their quality of life.
I graduated high school in '73. That wasn't a fire alarm or anything, was it? Penny, you know a little bit about what's going on. You've been just fresh out of. This is your first year of college?
No,
Third year, I'm sorry. She looks younger than she really is. Beautiful, too. What was that thing?
it was the change of classes.
Oh, okay. So we're going to see a mad rush of kids running by the window here. We got the door shut. Hopefully, we can go unattained. If some students come by, we will grab them, though, to let them know why we're here. Maybe they could pass the word for the film festival. I never shut doors on anybody. All right, let's get back. Is it just you two that are really performing the acts to get this thing done in Athens County, or do you have any other help behind you?
Well, we have the workshop that I mentioned earlier. We had about 10 people come to that, and I know several of those people have been filling up petitions with signatures. There was somebody at the International Street Fair last Saturday, and she had a petition and was getting lots of signatures. We've also got some people in some of the churches, and they're getting signatures and talking about the ethical and moral reasons why, you know, there should be health care for all in a church religious perspective. And then, of course, there are people in other counties, not just Athens County, who are working on the same issue, who are actually working on both of the issues, both the health care issue and the minimum wage issue. They're both statewide.
Okay, you mentioned there was like 10 people at this workshop. Have you worked with them at all since the workshop, or is it just you two?
It's just been us, although we're planning, we're going to try to identify some kind of event where there'll be a lot of people, and I think we're going to try to go in a group and just fan out at one event and fill several petitions at one event. We were thinking perhaps of the July Final Fridays over at Nelsonville. Possibly, I was thinking graduation too, but I believe so many people will be coming from other counties. We won't be able to cover all the amount. So I think the Final Fridays would be good. And we were thinking we might even be able to go as a group to some of the concerts on the green, up at OU. And I believe the Pawpaw Festival is out in Albany. The Chili Pepper Festival is in Glouster.
I would like, I help out the committee, do a little MC there. That's the class is ready, correct? All right. Now we got that taken care of. And I'm also the Pepper King. So I'm really, involved with the festival. Not as much as some of the other committee members, but they know I'm devoted to it. And I'll make sure that we have some balloting there that people could sign. It's not going to cost anything. It's not going to be out of the way. I could even probably get a couple of people that would man a little table that would stay there. And, of course, you guys would be welcome to do that.
We would love that.
So I have an idea. When is college for this session? When's their last day, or what? Is it coming up soon? I'm getting her involved because she's a student there, and she can answer this question. When is your class over with? Take the mic and let them know what you're actually involved in as a student there, because I want them to know that you're a hardworking student trying to get good grades, and that you're spending personal time somewhat with this issue. So let them know kind of what you're majoring in, and let us know when it's out. And there's a reason behind my question.
Okay. I'm majoring in specialized studies, which is where I'm planning my own major, which I still have no clue what I'm doing with it, but I'll get a degree eventually. And I think the quarter's over June 6th. I think that's the last day of finals, maybe.
Okay.
Because I don't have too many finals this quarter, so.
And wait a minute now. You don't know really what your major is. Is that a common thing with students?
Well, I had a different plan when I went into college. I wanted to go into journalism, but I'm a Scripps reject, so I didn't get in the school Scripps. And
What do you mean by a reject?
you have to apply to the school Scripps, and I didn't make it. So I had to pick something else, and I didn't have a backup plan. So I'm planning my own major, so I'm taking like random classes that I want to take. This sounds interesting. So I guess I'm just hanging out hoping to get a job at OU when I'm finished.
But I'd like to say that Penny actually has a great backup plan, or at least what she's told me. She's really interested in planning events, and so this has been an event that Penny's planned from the beginning, and she took the reins on having it out here in Gloucester. So I'm really excited about it, and she's really good at it. So I know finding classes that point to event planning probably is not the easiest thing in the world, but I think she's doing a great job.
Right. Yeah, she approached me before I even met you on actually doing it in Gloucester. We really didn't talk much about doing it at OU, and I was kind of surprised when the next time I talked was, well, we're doing it at OU, but we got another one coming up in Gloucester. So I told her that I would do everything possible that I could. I'd like to get some blank sheets from you for balloting, so I can kind of go around and everybody I see sign this thing. And basically, I'd like to put one at the TV station. We'll carbon copy copies so that we can have them everywhere, and we can get, that way I think we can get as much. The next question is relaying to the backup of the first question is, when does the next session start for college?
Well, there's summer classes, which I'm not taking, but I know we start back in the fall.
You know?
I think
Give her the mic. You don't talk anyway.
I think first session for summer classes, I believe, start either the Monday either the 19th or the 20th of June.
So that means college will be in full swing before this is over.
Before the need for before August 1st. Yes.
I have a great idea. You're going to try this again at OU because the turnout was a little bit low because of other activities going on. So this way we could promote it again. We'll make sure that you guys pick a weekend that's kind of free, no football games going on, whatever. I could make a short film. And I have such a following of fans as OU students that love me. They simply love me. Why, I don't know. But I could make a short film, not even an hour, and you could play that at the festival with your other films, and I might draw a crowd for you, but the only way they can go to watch my film is if they sign that piece of paper. What do you think of that idea?
I think that's interesting. Your film, who would you be filming?
It would be a surprise. And it would be a film produced, directed, everything by Big Jim Balcom. And it'll be something a little comical, a little seriousness, and from the heart. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. Would it be on the minimum wage issue?
I knew that question was coming up. The answer is yes. And it's because I'm involved with the youth of Trimble Township quite a bit. And sooner or later, they're going to be in the spot of working. And I want them to make sure that they have a great salary to be paid, and also the health care issues. They're going to be young adults before we know it. I want to make sure they're protected and safe as far as health care issues go. So one way or another, both issues is going to be in my film. And I'm going to probably use different people from the area. I just don't want to give out too much because this way it'll bring them in. What's Big Jim gonna, just like they don't know what prizes I'm going to give out on Green Smarts.
The element of surprise.
That's right. So what do you think? Would you go for that if I put in a short film concerning both these issues, and it'll be the Big Jim style?
I think it sounds great.
Can we do it?
I think we can.
Let's shake hands on it. This is going to be done right after the next quarter starts. Not everybody's there in the summertime. So some of my loyal fans will be gone home to Dayton or wherever they go. But when they come back, they're going to know because they'll be watching this Friday night, tomorrow night. I have a great following of fans that no matter what the show's about, if it's Green Smarts or if it's talking to you, or tomorrow I'm going to the Smoke Rise Horse Ranch and I'm going to film a cattle roundup. So you never know what my show's going to be about. And
fun.
Yeah, I'm going to lasso Little Jim. Yeah, the heck with the cows, I'm lassoing Little Jim. I'm going to drag him behind the horse just like those. No, I won't do that. But I might lasso him. But I would like to do this just to bring people to the film festival. Not saying that Denzel Washington won't bring them, but I just think that this could be a little bit of a help to get a crowd for you there. And if you don't mind, I would really like to do this, and I'll work on this, and I'll have a film ready for the next festival at OU.
Yes, sir.
I don't think I can do it for Trumbull here, but I know I got plenty of time that I can do this for the next film festival. So you heard it first. The next festival that we do at OU to get these signatures.
Big Jim Balcom premiere movie.
That's right. It might even make a B-rated movie, and I love B-rated movies.
Well, I think it would be a PG-rated movie, don't you think?
Greg King, you got a phone call. Greg King.
That's not us. I might bleep the name out because we don't really want to know that people get a phone call. They're on a staff at a school. You know what I mean? It's personal time. You shouldn't be getting phone calls unless it's work-related, and I guarantee you that's not a work-related phone call. All right, anything you'd like to, well, we're almost at the end of our show here. You know I love to have good fun as well as put out the seriousness of the issue. Why don't you close this up a little bit? I'll give it to Penny first so we can try to get a few words out of her. What this means to you and why you really want them to come out here to Trumbull High School in Gloucester to see these two movies.
First, the movies are actually pretty good. And it is a big issue, and everyone should come and watch the movies and sign the petition.
I just want to remind everyone, the 30 Days on Minimum Wage video, it's about an hour and 5 minutes long. That starts at noon. Then we'll have some discussion. Penny will be speaking on minimum wage, giving a little bit more information. We'll have someone here from the Single Payer Action Network. They will introduce the second movie, which is John Q., and that'll be at 2 o'clock. It'll be in the cafeteria at Trumbull High School, and we really, really hope people will come. The issues are important, the movies are entertaining and informative, and it'll just be a really good way to make a change for all of Ohio.
I just hope my film that I'm making is informative and interesting. I know it'll be interesting, but informative, I'm going to really have to work on that. One quick question. Is there going to be anybody that would be able to be at the festival that could answer any questions or concerns of the crowd that shows up?
Yes. Well, Penny and I can answer questions about the minimum wage issue, and there will be someone there from the Single Payer Action Network to answer the questions about the healthcare initiative.
So there is a question-answer period where
Yes.
they just don't watch the film, sign about. They can, if they have
Just-
real concerns, they can get real answers.
They can get real answers.
Okay.
We have a cheat sheet, too.
You have a cheat sheet, like I have. Yeah. Thank God I can read. Is there any politicians in this area that are backing you up?
Well, you know, of course, there's bipartisan support for the initiatives to have gotten this far at the state level. I don't actually know how people feel here at the local level. That's something I can try to find out before Saturday.
I would definitely talk about our next governor-elect, Mr. Ted, what's his last name?
Strickland.
Strickland. I've never met the man, so I can't remember. Now, Jimmy Stewart, I know. I pal around with him. We had a couple of root beers one day. Yeah, and a donut, too, I think. But I haven't really met Ted Strickland yet. But from what I hear, I think he's going to be the next governor. And I won't go into that issue. Anybody that can take, well, never mind. We need a replacement. Let me put it that way. I'm not supposed to bring up politics really on the show as far as politician names, but I think Ted Strickland should be mentioned. He's got my support. So, anyways, it's done. It's a deal. I'm going to have a short film for the OU Festival coming up sometime in July or
Early August.
or August. You guys are going to work on that. You'll stay in touch with me, and I think I can bring a crowd. But the only way you're going to be able to come in and watch my film is if you signed a ballot before you go in. That's my rule. How's that sound?
Well, we'll encourage that as much as possible, but we don't want to make it a requirement in case somebody's from a different county that we don't have a petition for. There's always an out.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I think if they show up and see the film festival, even if they see mine, I think they'll want to sign up. I really do. And these are, like I said, I haven't seen 30 Days on Minimum Wage yet, so I'm going to be here on June 3rd to watch that. I can take an hour out of my time to sit down and be educated a little bit more, and I'd like to know a little bit more about minimum wage to help the youth in this area. I have seen John Q a couple of times, and the first time I saw it, I was right on the seat of my pants to the whole movie, and there's a surprise ending in that movie, which was really surprised me as it turned out. So I urge you guys, I urge you folks to come see this film festival, June 3rd, Trumbull High School here in Gloucester. It's going to be in the cafeteria, and it starts at noon. The John Q show, movie, starts at 2. Now that's about an hour and a half.
I think it's right at 2 hours.
2 hours. And I'm telling you, you'll be on the edge of your seat watching that show. I'm blocking her. Hey. Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for doing this. And it was an honor to put you on my show because I know that you guys are taking this to heart and you're really working hard to push these issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This has been Community Corner with Big Jim. Two lovely ladies trying to educate you on a film festival that you need to see. Cool. That's about a half hour. What she didn't mention? We can throw it in quick. Hang on a minute. Extra extended version of my show. What did you just say?
Well, one of the reasons that Penny's not taking classes this summer is that she's getting married.
She's getting married. Yeah. Hey, come on in, kids. No, they're walking by. Yeah, they'll cook out. You know what? I think I'll swing out there quick. Tell us the wedding date and who the lucky guy is. I know who he is. I've played Texas Hold'em with him, but
I'm getting married July 29th, and his name's Joe McCune.
how long have you known each other?
5 years.
When did he propose?
A couple years ago. So.
Wait a minute. He proposed 2 years ago, and you're just now getting married. You just had to make sure, or was it just not right at that time because you're going into college? Why did you wait 2 years? This is interesting news, by the way.
Actually, we weren't going to do it right now. We were going to wait until I graduated college, but this whole college thing is just taking a long time. So we decided just to go ahead and do it. And plus, my grandma's getting sick, and we wanted to do it for my grandma. Something happened.
Oh, cool. And any kids involved coming up soon?
No.
Oh, no, look at that. They just pop up for some reason. You'll find out that it's never planned, never really planned. I know. I just inherited 4 kids with my marriage. All right, again, this has been Community Corner with Big Jim with all the interesting news. Not only the film festival, but we're going to crash a wedding coming up pretty quick. Thanks again, ladies. Community Corner with Big Jim. We'll catch you next time. That's a great ending. Today we're going to talk about pontoon boats.
Community Corner, featuring
Welcome
Big
to another
Jim.
edition of Community Corner with Big Jim.